Assalamu alaikum. This video is for class 3. Subject is English. And this is our 8th lesson. In this lesson, we are going to cover lesson number 5 is Pronouns, pages from 17 to 19. Let's see the learning objectives first. After this lesson, students will be able to tell the definition of a pronoun, recognize pronouns in a sentence, and distinguish. Distinguish means to differentiate between subject and object pronouns. Students, let's begin our today's lesson. What is pronoun? Pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun in a sentence. Pronouns are used to avoid repeating the same nouns over and over again. Pronoun, as the name says, something that comes in place of a noun. Some of the pronouns commonly used are he, she, her, him, them, they, it, and their. We'll discuss these pronouns today. But before we get into the topic, let's see what is subject and object pronoun first. Pronoun actually fall into these categories, subject and object pronoun. Subject pronouns are I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. And object pronouns are him, her, them, it, and me. These are some object pronouns. Students, how do you form any sentence in English? First we have the subject, then the verb, and then we have the object. A subject pronoun is used in place of a subject in a sentence. For example, in this sentence, if I say, I saw Sarah yesterday. Here, which is the pronoun? I. The pronoun is I. And it is the subject pronoun because I do the action. And you can replace that with any other subject pronoun. And you can say, we saw Sarah yesterday. He saw Sarah yesterday. An object pronoun is used in the object position in a sentence. For example, if I say, Sarah saw them yesterday. Here, them is the object pronoun. And you could use any object pronoun in that place. Okay, move on to question answers. And let's see how these pronouns function in a sentence. Let's take a look. Question number 1 is, replace the proper nouns with a suitable pronoun where required. Point number 1 is, this is Angela's book. Please give it to Angela. Why Angela again? You need to use a short word instead of using her name again and again. And this short word we call it a pronoun. The correct sentence is, this is Angela's book. Please give it to her, not she. Okay, she is the subject pronoun. Please give it to her. Her is the object pronoun. Object is a person or thing that receives the action. For girl, for feminine gender, we use her. Point number 2 is, this is Anita's ruler. Please return the ruler to Anita. Answer is, this is Anita's ruler. Please return the ruler to her. Okay, same as the first point. Students, we need to use pronoun to make it shorter to avoid repetition. And we know that naming words are called nouns. We can replace these nouns by other words like her, him. We use her for feminine gender. We use him for masculine gender. Okay, for boy. For the third person singular and feminine, and for the object position we use her. Okay, let me clear one thing first. What is the first, second, and third person? For example, if I say, I am talking to you about him. Here, first person is I. I am present and I am speaking. So, first person refers to the speaker. And I am talking to whom? I am talking to you. So, you is the second person, the person that I am speaking to. And him is the third person, him is not present. Okay, point number 3 is Mr. Soul is my neighbor. Mr. Soul has bought a new music system. Mr. Soul plays the music so loud that everyone gets disturbed. You see, this name is repeated again and again. Does it make sense? And students, you need to replace this name Mr. Soul with appropriate pronoun. And the answer is Mr. Soul is my neighbor. He has bought a new music system. He plays the music so loud that everyone gets disturbed. We know that Mr. Soul is a masculine, a man. That's why we use he. Okay, students, why we didn't use him here instead of using he? Him, like him has bought a new music system. Him plays the music so loud that everyone gets disturbed. No, not him. Him is the object pronoun. He is the subject pronoun for masculine. And you can check the chart again for subject and object pronouns. Students, you need to keep in mind the subjects and objects pronoun while going through the topic. He is at the subject position. He is at the subject position because he does the action. Point number 4 is Pastry and Ronald have a pet dog called Buddy. Pastry and Ronald are very fond of Buddy. Pastry and Ronald take Buddy out for a walk every evening. Students, have you noticed one thing? This sentence really sounds awkward because of the repetition. So what is the pronoun that we can use here? Instead of using these names, Pastry and Ronald again, we can use here the pronoun they. And the correct sentence is Pastry and Ronald have a pet dog called Buddy. They're very fond of Buddy. They take Buddy out for a walk every evening. Now that sounds much more natural. Students, they act as a subject pronoun here. And they is the third person plural. In previous lesson, we have already studied about what is singular and what is plural. Singular means one and plural means more than one. Another question is, complete these sentences with the correct pronoun in the blanks. Students, as you can see, these pronouns are in different colors, okay? Like it, her, he, they, theirs. Point number 1 is the car in the carriage is ours. My father bought dash yesterday. And students, some pronouns we call them a possessive pronouns. For example, ours, mine, their, theirs, yours. And possessive pronouns shows possession and ownership, that you have something, something belongs to you. Okay, here we are talking about a car, and car is a thing. And for thing, which pronoun should I use here? We use it for things and even for animals as well. And the sentence is the car in the carriage is ours. My father bought it yesterday. It refers to the noun car. Okay, so it is a pronoun and it pointing towards the car. Point number 2 is this is Tila's book. He will give it to her. You can also say she'll give it to her. Point number 3 is Mr. Brown and his family are waiting at the airport. Dash are going to Switzerland for a holiday. One thing is being clear that Mr. Brown is not a single person here. He's along with his family. Which pronoun should I use here? He or she? Not he or she. Use he and she when the subject is singular. The correct pronoun here is they. They are going to Switzerland for a holiday. So we replace Mr. Brown and the family with the pronoun they. Now if you notice the first time, Mr. Brown and the family haven't been replaced by they. Why is it so? Because the first time we need to mention who are we talking about. First time we mention the name of the person, and the second time onward we use he, she, her, they, etc. etc. And in this case we use they. And they is the subject pronoun and it takes the place of a Mr. Brown along with family. Point number 4 is this is not our suitcase. It is theirs. And here the noun is suitcase, and we know that suitcase is non-human. Here R is a possessive pronoun. Here the suitcase doesn't belong to us. This is not our suitcase means ये suitcase हमारा नहीं है. So for non-living things, for things we use it. When something doesn't belong to us, then it must be theirs. And theirs here is a possessive pronoun. ये suitcase हमारा नहीं है तो उनका है. Another question is B part is one sentence in each pair is correct. Find the correct one. Students, the correct sentence is in different color. Rooney is sure he'll come to his party and Rooney is sure him will come to his party. The correct sentence is Rooney is sure he will come to his party. Okay? Students, now I hope you can differentiate between the subject and object pronouns, and where to use he, she, where to use him, her, them. Point number 2 is I think them is Alice swimsuit and I think it is Alice swimsuit. And the correct sentence is it is Alice swimsuit, not them. Not them is Alice swimsuit. And it for objects and for things. Okay? So we commonly use the pronoun it as both subject and object pronoun. Point number 3 is my hobby is playing the piano and drums. What is yours? My hobby is playing the piano and drums. What is you? And the correct sentence is my hobby is playing the piano and drums. What is yours? And yours, students, yours is a possessive pronoun for second person, the person spoken to, and yours actually derive from the word you. For example, if somebody say playing the piano and stuff is mine. Mine means the hobby belongs to person, and asking from other person what is yours. It means state of having something. For example, if I say this book is mine, okay, belongs to me, it's not yours. So yours and mine, these are possessive pronouns. And another sentence is Mrs. Gary gave these books to I. Mrs. Gary gave these books to me. And the correct sentence is Mrs. Gary gave these books to me. Because me is the object pronoun, not I. And the last question is C part. Complete these sentences by choosing the correct option. Point number 1 is the boys played very well. The headmasters at the school is proud of them, okay, not him. In this sentence, the headmaster is talking about boys. And we know that boys is a plural noun here, okay, not a singular. And then we'll use the object pronoun them for plural, not him, okay, him is for singular. And point number 2 is Liza wants to use the phone, shall I allow her, okay, not she. Okay. Point number 3 is which country do you belong to? Students, you here is the second person, okay? It means when we are directly speaking to another person. So you refers to a single person here. Okay, one person whom we are speaking to. When I am speaking to someone, I want to refer to him or her, I'll use the pronoun you. And students, we use you for both masculine and feminine. Point number 4 is Ron is riding the bicycle which Uncle John gave him or them on his birthday. He loves riding it or her. It belongs to him or them only. And the correct sentence is Ron is riding the bicycle which Uncle John gave him on his birthday. He loves riding it. It belongs to him only. So Ron is one person here, a singular. So that's why we choose him, not them. Them is for many. And he loves riding. What he loves riding? He loves riding the bicycle. That's why, for bicycle, that's why we use it, not her. Her is for girl. And it belongs to whom? It belongs to Ron. Him only. Okay? And now, our lesson has been completed. And in today's lesson, we have learned what is pronoun and what is subject and object pronoun. And subject pronouns are I, we, you, he, she, it and they, and object pronouns are him, her, them, it and me. Students, complete your homework and learn and do practice all these exercises at home. The reason that we use pronouns because they can help us, our sentence will be much more interesting. And it could be boring to refer to people by their names or by their proper nouns. So these pronouns make our sentence much more smooth and much more readable. Thanks for watching and Allah Hafiz.